snapper Mark Langston. We'll start with Sammy and then go to Colin.
Mark, it's your second year in the operation, but you do have some new pieces. How do you build that relationship to know when you go into these big environments that things will go flawlessly?
Well, today at practice we had crowd noise, so that was like one of the things that kind of simulates chaos. And you say new pieces, but I've spent a season with Frankie, and Nico's always there. And ever since Mitch got here, we've been attached to the hip. So it's another season with the boys.
We'll go on your right to Colin and then Zach B.
Mentally, what's your approach to staying focused, staying within yourself and kind of, limiting errors in the mental side of things?
Well, not thinking of it like that. You can't. So a lot of people train until they get one right. I train until I can't get one wrong. So just having a purpose every time you go out there and snapping the ball, especially like when you go through summer, that's when you chip away at your sculpture you're building every year. And then when you come to the game and to practice, that's when you don't think and you blank and you just rely on your muscle memory.
We'll go Zach B and then Joe.
How would you describe the identity of this special teams room?
Just one word.
Just how would you in general?
Well, coming off last year, we have a chip on our shoulder, so I'm going to stay with that. We have a lot to prove.
We'll go on your left to Joe and then Daniel.
Been at a couple schools in Georgia before, and then IU, obviously the ACL injury back in late 22, right? I mean, what have you learned about yourself through that process, through the adversity you faced?
That you can't take a single day for granted because it could be over the next play. So just like staying within yourself and just trying to do the best you can every single time you're out there and treat it like it's your last.
We'll go Daniel and then Seth.
You and Brendan had 2023 right at GSU. What did you learn about him then, and how much did you kind of help him throughout his whole process in the spring?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain Frankie because he's a glue guy. So he's always when he comes into the room, you're gonna know he's there, and he kind of takes over and does what he does, and I'm just there to witness it and appreciate it. So he's a great guy.
We'll go Seth on your left and then Pete.
Yeah, just looking back, how did you become a long snapper? Like, how do you decide that that's what you want to do out on the field, and when did you realize that you were pretty good at it?
So in middle school, and I wanted to be the punter, but they had me play long snapper. So I would go out there and purposely mess up the long snap so I could punt. And the coach was like, well, you're not doing either now. So when I got to high school, I started snapping. I played a lot of defense, didn't really play much on offense. And then I went to Kennesaw State, played outside linebacker, and just snapped on the side and eventually worked my way up and got on the bus and took it from there.
We'll go Pete second row left.
How did you develop the accuracy of your snaps? Obviously, that's a key. I don't know like how many hours you put in or what's the process to develop and then maintain that accuracy?
So my dad built me a target, and then we went mailbox shopping at Home Depot. And I got a mailbox, and I stuck it on a post, and I would learn to snap it into that mailbox.
Into the actual.
Mm-hmm.
How big was this mailbox?
And what was the distance? How far did it vary?
14 yards. I have a picture of it. I'll show you.
I think you were like 100%, 80%. How accurate?
Well, I have my sheets where I would, I chart 10 a session, and sometimes I'd be 80%, sometimes it'd be 90%, some days it'd be 10%, some days I'd be 3%, and I would see, or 30%, and I would see why, and then just focus on the bad and focus on the good, and fix my routine and get better.
Anything else? If not, thanks, Mark.
Thank you, guys.